Kia ora, como está? It's the Kiwi Pino guy. Me and the babe are going to Rangiora to explore. We're going to have a few drinks and snacks, and then we're going to check out the Rangiora cinema because we've never been there before, and we're going to watch that movie The Father where Anthony Hopkins won the Academy Award. So we're just about to enter the Waimakariri district, go across the bridge. So away we go, driver.
Okay, just waiting for my turn.
Lots of good autumn colours still coming out here. And we're crossing over what's called the Old Waimak Bridge, which is the original bridge that continues from Marshland Road and goes all the way to Kaiapoi. River's looking pretty good today. So it's a Friday night and all the traffic's starting to leave town. And we just crossed old Main North Road. So it's going to be nice to spend some time with the babe and have some snacks. We're going to go to the Five Stags restaurant and bar and have a couple of drinks and some snacks there before we go to the movies. So Rangiora has a population of around 20,000 people, and it's considered a satellite city of Christchurch, and it's approximately 29 kilometres from the centre of Christchurch to Rangiora. So for our international audience or our Kabayan, driving in New Zealand is a little bit different to the Philippines, and I got quite an education on my visit to the Philippines. But so in New Zealand we drive on the left hand side, and the roads are reasonably well made around the cities. Christchurch is probably a bit rough in places because it's never fully recovered from a big earthquake in 2011, but generally the roads aren't too bad, and they're generally single lane or one lane going each way. But when you get in the less populated areas like the west coast, they aren't as well maintained, and they can be quite rough, but absolute thousands and thousands of miles of tar seal. So generally pretty good roads all around New Zealand. The main road speed limit is 100 kilometres an hour, and it's policed quite harshly. So yeah, potentially you'll get a ticket for doing 106 kilometres an hour, because no one wants anyone travelling any faster than that. The roads probably aren't really that safe to go much faster than 100, 110. And what else do you need to know? So it's a graduated driver's licence. If you're visiting New Zealand and you've got a full licence from the country you're visiting, say the Philippines, then you are okay and good to go on your licence for 12 months, 1 year. But once that's up, what do you have to do after that?
Apply for a restricted license.
A restricted license, and you have to be unrestricted for 12 months, is it?
Yes, yeah. We have to pass the exam.
Yeah, so you go for a road test with some very strict inspectors, driving instructors, and if you're not up to scratch, they will fail you, and it's quite expensive too each time.
It is, yeah.
It's at least 150, isn't it? At least 150 New Zealand dollars.
Takes. That's how good of a driver I am.
Angelita failed twice and
I'm proud of it.
and had to do it once. But hey, I got mine when I was 15 years
Straight
old.
ahead.
Yeah, straight ahead. 15 years old, and yeah, I failed the practical on the first time, and that was in a very small town with about 1,000 people.
Got one in the city center, Christchurch. It's quite tough.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just coming in the back road of Rangiora. And how do I turn that around? It's changed. What's that? Ah, there we go. Yeah, so coming in the back roads of Rangiora, and straight ahead is a mountain they call Mount Grey, which is a prominent feature in Rangiora. And for overseas watchers, viewers, Rangiora is in near Christchurch, the biggest city in the South Island of New Zealand, and New Zealand is made up of 3 main islands, 2 really. The very imaginative names for both islands. The North Island of New Zealand is called the North Island, the South Island is called the South Island, but at the is a smaller island called Stewart Island, which is quite isolated and a very small population. An interesting fact is the South Island's population is only about 1 million people, and the North Island's population is 4 million people. The largest city in the North Island is Auckland, and Auckland population increases every year, and they'd be up to over 1.5 million. Due to COVID, immigration has slowed down a bit, but once things are back to normal, that will certainly continue to grow. New Zealand itself and Auckland itself are pretty young in terms of cities around the world, and of course they're always fighting to keep up with the infrastructure, particularly roading, public transportation systems. It's pretty hard work. I'd say when my mother was born, New Zealand would have had about 2.5 million people, and during my schooling it was always 3 million. So I don't want to say how long it is, but in not a very long period of space to my current age, it's increased by 2 million pretty quickly. Right, so highlights of Rangiora: pack and save, the Brook Bar and Eatery, Mitre 10 Mega. So we've just arrived at Five Stags restaurant in Rangiora. We've got a few stags around, and it looks like we've got a bar, pokies room, function room. So it's all going on here. It's a pretty grand entranceway. Pictures of people eating their dinner, having a good time. So it's looking promising. Antlers for a door handle. So in the 5 stacks, we've got this little room here, and you can have a small party in here, seating for 6. It's pretty cool, like an old hut. I've also got an inside tree where we're going to sit and have some snacks shortly. But yeah, it's just about cool enough to have the fire going. Right, hey, from the start, Kia ora. So we've just got our entrees, our starters, and over here we've got the salt and pepper squid, and here we've got the popcorn chicken.
They look the same.
So we'll try this. So crunchy and tasty. Not as good as the tannery day that we had last week, but still very satisfying. Right, now we've got the squid, salt and pepper squid. The squid is really good. Succulent. I think it's got a wee bit more flavour than the tannery.
You can still see the smoke coming out from it.
Really good. Yeah, so I can taste that it's been frozen, but it's really got a lot of flavour. Really succulent and juicy. Yeah, I really like that. It's good. And I've got a pint of Max Gold, which is a long time favourite of mine, and really nice, easy on the guts. Not too hoppy, not too malty, just right. And Angelita's got the Maltese cider, isn't it? Apple cider. Quite sweet. It's nice. Okay, let's dig in. The chicken's okay, but it's not that succulent or juicy, whereas the squid really is. Over the top. Try some of that bit. jolly good. Right, cheers, enjoy. Kia ora, we'll start. So we've just finished having a snack at the Five Stags, and now we're at the Rangiora Town Hill where we're going to watch the movie. It's only about 5:45 in the evening, but it's getting dark already because we're only less than a month away from New Zealand winter. And we're at the Rangiora Town Hall, which has been renovated due to the temporary quakes, and so it's all been done up, and it's quite nice inside, and a good strong building. There's also a hall where they hold musicals, etc. Come on in.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
So we've got Peter Rabbit with Father starting at 16.
Peter Rabbit.
So, what do you want? Do you want which movie do you want to go to?
Say something.
Okay, it's old-fashioned looking, and you can buy beer and wine. You can buy coffee and the usual goodies, ice cream and popcorn.
You can use your senior card here.
Right, so there's a image of the town hill during the daylight, and that's all.
And you can have a seat here while waiting.
So the Rangiora Town Hall Cinema, they've got 3 cinemas. They're all quite small and intimate. And there's wheelchair access for disabled. It's warm and cosy. There's tables around. You can have coffee, you can have beer and wine. You can come out here and chill out and relax before you go to your movie or in between movies. So we're just going into the small cinema now. Right, so we're back home, and so we watched The Father The father, Anthony Hopkins, won the Oscar this year for Best Actor, and he did act well. He acted the part really well, I have to say that. But the father was, in fact, quite a boring, depressing movie. As Anthony Hopkins, the main actor, it just shows his life suffering from Alzheimer's and dementia, possibly as well, and how his daughter is dealing with it. But it sort of, perhaps it's for the more intelligent people, but it was a little bit hard to follow what was actually his hallucinations from his mental illness and what was actually real. So it's a little bit confusing, but it's definitely an eye-opener for those people who haven't dealt with family members or haven't worked with people with Alzheimer's and dementia, and how confused and how hard everything is for them. But if you're out for a feel-good movie with your special other half, as I was, didn't quite hit the mark for us. I certainly won't be rushed back to see that again. Anyway, so a special shout out to one of our followers, Rio, who lives in Saudi Arabia and is Kabayan. Kabayan is the Filipino word for countryman. So shout out to you, and Simon and Twinkle also say hello, and they remember you from when they were younger. So hopefully we'll get to meet one day, Rio, and thanks for liking and subscribing to our channel. Much appreciated. And my lovely lady, Angelita, appreciates it too. So that's great. So all in all, not too bad a night in Rangiora. The wee theatre there, there's 2 theatres in the Town Hall Theatre that are only 23 seats. So it's really small, and there are about 17, 18 people there tonight, and so we could only get seats together right at the front. And my lovely lady, it gave her a headache being so close to the screen up the front, so she wiggled and jiggled right throughout the movie and was a bit uncomfortable. But they have a third cinema at the Town Hall Cinema for the more popular movies. That's 93 seats. But last week we were at the Tannery. What are those ones called? The Deluxe Cinemas, was that? At the Tannery complex, and the seats are a bit more comfortable. And when we ordered a coffee there, it was in a cup and saucer, whereas we had a coffee tonight at the Town Hall and it was just in a takeaway cup. So yeah, not as good of experience tonight, but the movie probably had a bit to do with that. So yeah, I don't think the younger crowd will enjoy that movie at all. But you'd have to agree it was a bloody good performance by Anthony Hopkins. I think that's about it. So look after yourselves and be thankful, as we are. We're very lucky in New Zealand. We've pretty much got COVID under control. And in fact, we've just opened up a travel bubble with Australia. Now, as I said earlier on, New Zealand's got 5 million people. Australia's got probably about 35 million people. And now they can freely travel to New Zealand. So there's a lot of controls in place, but the world's slowly opening up for us. Pretty soon, New Zealand's also going to be able to go to the Cook Islands, which is about a 3-hour flight, I think, from New Zealand. It's a New Zealand protectorate. Beautiful islands in the Pacific, and and hopefully, fingers crossed, everywhere else will start opening up. But yeah, we've still got a bit of time and hard slog ahead. But as I say, in New Zealand, we're just living normal lives. We go to sports, concerts, big events, and there's just no issues really. Life's pretty normal, and we're pretty blessed and pretty thankful for that. And just hope that our good luck continues through the rest of the world, and that everyone else can also have all the freedoms that we're enjoying at the moment, particularly the Philippines, because we want to go back in the near future to see Angelita's father, who is 91 years old, and he would certainly love a visit from his youngest daughter. So fingers crossed, and ask the heavens and God for good health and good luck for you all, and for the Philippines to open up again, and the rest of the world to open up. That'd be great. So God bless to you all, and I wish you all well, and I wish you good night. Bye.